Hello everyone, welcome to English for You channel. That is the channel which focus on English grammar. And in today's lesson, I would like to show you about the 5 ways of using past continuous. And I focus on the advanced learner. And if you are in beginner learner, you can learn it as well. So this is the special use of past continuous. There are 5 ways, and before I start to show you about the 5 ways of using past continuous, I would like to show you about the definition of using past continuous first. The past continuous describes an action or events in a time before now, which began in the past and it's still going on at the same time of speaking. In other words, it expresses an unfinished or incomplete action in the past, and there are 5 uses of using past continuous. And here is a form of past continuous. This is of affirmative, negative, and question, interrogative, or we can say question. Affirmative, if we form this like subject plus was over and plus verb ing plus blah blah blah. In negative, subject plus was over plus not plus verb ing plus blah blah blah, or we can say object. In question or interrogative, you can use WA question, or you can use was over directly plus subject plus verb ing plus question mark, blah blah blah, and question mark. This is the example. I was learning at high school in 2012. They were eating at 1 this morning. He was not, or he wasn't watching TV at 8 last night. They were not working when I arrived. Was he staying with you? And what were you doing at 6? And here is just a form for you. And this is the first use of past continuous, and we use past continuous to express an activities in the progress before and probably after a time in the past. For example, I was attending my friend's wedding at 6 o'clock last night. One more. This time last night, I was explaining grammar lesson to year 2 students. I phoned at 4, but there was no reply. What were you doing? And you can use, or you can, if you don't understand, you have to read the instruction here again and again. We use past continuous to express an activities in the progress before and probably after a time in the past. And here is the second use of past continuous. We use it to talk about the temporary situation in the past. For example, Sok and South were studying with me when they were at secondary school. So when you were at secondary school, it is just a temporary situation or temporary action. You will not study in a secondary school forever, so you have to change it. You have to go to high school. So it means that you can use it as a temporary situation in the past. Like here, Sok and Sao were studying with you or with me when they were at secondary school. Now they were not at the secondary school again. Maybe they go to high school or university. One more. They were looking after my house until I came back from holiday. This is just a period of time or short time or temporary situation that you ask your neighbor to look after your house while you were outside your house. I mean, when you on your holidays. One more. I was living in Japan in 2000. I lived from 1999 to 2003. Even that it is in a short time that you live in Japan, or it is a temporary situation that you live in Japan. Now you not live in Japan again. Okay, go to one more. Okay, sorry. This is the third use of past continuous, and we use it to indicate an incomplete activities in the past. For example, I was reading the book during the flight, but I didn't finish it yet. So it means that we use it to indicate an incomplete activity, or the activity that is not complete yet in the past. For example, like this one, you was reading your book while you were in the flight, in an aeroplane, and you read your book and you don't finish it yet because it is like a lot of page, so you have to read it again and again, or you have to read it next week. But it is only in the progress in the past that not yet complete, but you still did it. One more, if you use it as a past simple, I watch a film during the flight. The film is a whole film and it is already finished. And if you use it as a past continuous, it's not yet finished. So one more of using past continuous. We use past continuous to express two events in the past. The first event happened and continue to happen for a period of time while the first was happening, the second happened. Okay, this one we use it to talk about the two action in the past, and the first action we call it past continuous, and the second action we call it past simple, and past simple interrupt past continuous. For example, here I was having a bath when the phone rang. They were singing karaoke, and so they didn't hear the bell ring. While they were watching TV, they heard an explosion outside their house. So it means that the past continuous here happened before the past simple here. And it means that when you were having a bath in your bathroom, and then your phone rang, so you can go to pick up your phone or not, it's up to you. And we focus that the second action here interrupt the first action, past continuous. This one as well. They were singing karaoke, and so they didn't hear the bell ring. So it means that they were singing karaoke in their house or in karaoke room, and because of the noise they didn't hear the phone ring or the bell ring. One more, while they were watching TV, they heard a explosion outside their house. So the past continuous here happened first, and then the past simple interrupt it. The last one of using past continuous, everyone, we use past continuous to talk about the two events which were in progress at same time in the past. Here we have to use to talk about, this one, to talk about two events which were in progress at the same time in the past. This is an example. While I was studying in Canada, I was living with Canadian family. It means that two actions happened in the past and it is in progress at the same time. One more, my mom was cooking food. I was reading grammar book. So it means that both of activity are in past continuous. When someone doing something, you also do the other thing as well. One more, some students were making a noise went or while a teacher was explaining the lesson. So it means that two actions happen in the same time, and they are in past continuous. Before we finish the past continuous, we have to take a note some point of past continuous. We can use when or while before past continuous. We usually use when, not while, before past simple. I mean that you can use when and while, both of them, before past continuous, but mostly we have to use when before past simple. This is the example for you. I met my girlfriend, and you can use when and while. We were studying at the same school. This is when and while, and we use it before past continuous. Here is past continuous. One more. When I met my girlfriend, we were studying at high school. So mean we usually use when, not while, before past simple. Here when he is past simple, and we use it before past simple. We usually use like this. And the past simple expresses the past action as simple, complete facts, and the past continuous give past activity, time and duration. For example, what did you do last night? I stayed at home and watched football. And I phoned you last night, but was no reply. And I said, oh, I was watching football and I didn't hear the phone. Sorry. So it means that you have to use it to express about the past action as simple and complete facts. And past continuous give past activity, time and duration. And you have to know that if you form a question in past continuous and past simple, refer to different time. When we arrived, Jane was running. She stopped and made some coffee. If you use it past simple, if you use as in a past continuous, what was she doing when we arrived? I mean that at the time that you arrived, she was running. And if you use it as past simple, what did she do when we arrived? She made some coffee here. Then she stopped ironing and then she made some coffee. Okay everyone, thank you very much for your watching, and I hope you help me to click subscribe for more lesson. Thank you.